Coming up on Fulton Today, leaders come together to address juvenile crime in the county.
Fulton's DA, police chief, and chief juvenile court judge all want to tackle the juvenile crime problem head on. I'm Priscilla Ortega, and I'll have that report.
And 2017 begins with a new class of certified law enforcement officers. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everyone, and Happy New Year. Well, juvenile crime is on the rise, and Fulton County Justice and law enforcement partners are trying to figure out a way to deal with this troubling trend this year. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega joins us now with more on this story.
District Attorney Paul Howard Jr. says his office is flooded with calls about juvenile crime concerns. The DA says in order to do something about it, the whole community needs to take action, and his office is taking that first step.
The alleged perpetrators of that shooting were children.
From hosting town hall meetings to opening a new office at juvenile court, the Fulton County District Attorney is taking action.
Atlanta police say 15-year-old Isaac McDaniel, 16-year-old Charlie McDaniel are behind bars.
Dozens of residents who are tired of seeing teens on the news filled Cascade United Methodist Church. People waited in line to voice their concerns directly to the DA's office, lawmakers, commissioners, judges, and police.
They're not mutually exclusive. I'm sorry. Safe kids can create crimes.
According to Fulton County Juvenile Court, in 2016, more than 2,669 delinquent cases were filed with 1,800 juveniles. 1,116 youths were detained. 1,546 cases were placed in diversionary programs rather than adjudication, and 500 youth were placed on probation. In order to lower those statistics, the district attorney has already made one change which re-emphasizes juvenile crimes in his office.
And one of the first things we've done is actually to move the DA from my office in the courthouse, and I'm going to be spending part of my time here in juvenile court.
Other changes the DA's office is proposing allows for repeat juvenile offenders to be detained longer. Another sets up a mental health facility for juvenile offenders. Residents say the meeting and proposed ideas show there is a concerted effort to lower juvenile crime statistics.
It just comes down to action, to be honest with you. If you can hear what the community is saying, put forth some effort and show results, I think that you'll have a lot of good done in the community.
The DA says his physical move here to juvenile court and those community meetings will continue until his office sees that juvenile crime trend go down. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
All right, thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, the Fulton County Police Department is starting the new year with 170 new body and in-car cameras. Chairman John Eves and Chief Gary Stiles took part in a demonstration that showcased the camera's state-of-the-art technology.
I was insistent that we have a unified camera system that incorporated dash cams and body cams, and that the systems have certain features, one of which is that the officer cannot tamper in any way with the video, that no supervisor touches the video. It's all uploaded automatically via the internet.
As FGTV first reported last September, funding for the state-of-the-art cameras was unanimously approved by the Board of Commissioners. Manufactured locally, the camera's technology features include 360-degree crime scene evidence, vehicle sensors that activate when the camera light bar is activated, and immediate wireless upload for instant video access. Now, since the cameras have been in use, officers are appreciative of the new equipment.
For approximately 2 weeks, I've had the body camera in the field, and I've done a number of testimonial, not confessions, I've done testimonials with some subjects that I've had in apprehension that I can already use in the courtroom. So this is a pretty good feature that we're already using in the field.
Fulton County will be the first agency in Metro Atlanta to use this latest technology that is truly cutting edge. Fulton County Sheriff Ted Jackson starts his new term this week, and with this new year comes some new initiatives. Sheriff Jackson joins us now. Sir, welcome to Fulton Today and Happy New Year.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
Well, Sheriff, some people may not know, but your department did in fact receive a $1 million grant for the Smart Re-Entry program. Tell us more about what we can expect, and congratulations.
We've had programs in the jail for the past 7 years, and the programs involve culinary program, GED, K-9 cellmate, floor tech, counseling for drugs and alcohol. But once the inmates are released, we lose track of them because we don't have a support system. So this $1 million will help us develop a support system with the community, with a number of partners, so that when they're released, we can follow up with them so they don't end up in a revolving door back to the jail.
And that leads me to my next question. Recidivism has been an issue for county leaders for quite some time. What are you all doing to try to reduce the recidivism rate?
Well, the main issue we're going to deal with is the recidivism program grant. We're one of 4 locations in the country that have this grant. And through this grant, those that need mental health care, and that's one of the issues we have now. We give them 30 days of medication. Once they leave, if they get off the medication, they end up committing crimes coming back. Through this support system, they'll receive medication, counseling. They shouldn't return to jail, and others that we help develop skills once they're released, they shouldn't return, because we should have housing and jobs for them. The only way you can stop recidivism is give them an opportunity to change their lives so they don't return to jail or return to crime.
And Sheriff, in terms of the new city of South Fulton that voters approved, what role, if any, will your department have in this transition?
Well, our role won't be as first responders, but we'll have a close working relationship with the police department, as we do in most of the police departments in Fulton County. We facilitate with 15 chiefs in the county, and we help them when necessary. We swear them in, and we help them as much as we can to make sure crime is not an issue and people are safe. And we'll also expose to them the task forces that we're involved in dealing with terrorism, drugs, violent offenses, cybercrime, and violent crimes.
And finally, Sheriff, your department's mission, of course, is to include some educational services to prevent and reduce crime. So what kinds of community outreach projects will we see in this new year?
We're going to build on the programs that we have, especially with the homeless program and our youth programs. One of our youth programs, called Youth Intervention, concerns 10 to 18-year-olds, where we teach them about the system so they can change their behavior. Another program concerns 6th to 12th graders. It's called Helping Youth Prosper and Evolve, where we work with workshops. And our whole purpose is to teach young people good behavior so they don't end up caught up in the system.
Well, Sheriff, sounds like you and your whole team will have your plate full this year. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thanks again for having me.
Now, if you would like more information about the programs that Sheriff Jackson just mentioned, you can log on to fultonsheriff.org. Law enforcement officials, meanwhile, welcome a new batch of graduates. Family and friends packed the Public Safety Training Center to witness their loved ones graduate from basic law enforcement class. The intense 11-week training course featured everything from how and when to use a weapon to handling domestic violence situations.
Toughest part is I'm going to say shooting. The shooting scenarios, they're difficult. Most classes that come through lose at least a few people, but our class was able to pull together and not lose a single person. But it was still hard.
So the class was conducting themselves very professional. They were very focused. We got what we needed to do during the day, and there wasn't any playing around. We got stuff done.
With the tension between citizens and police at an all-time high, the graduates were encouraged not to buy in on all that negativity.
The message I wanted to send was to basically be in the position to help individuals that they come in contact with. Right now we're in this turbulent time of law enforcement, and what we want to do is make sure that we're doing our part, not to buy into what's being portrayed right now.
Despite the tough training regimen, the recruits felt the hard work was worth it to fulfill their dreams.
I wanted to work in law enforcement because I knew that there was a higher calling in that occupation, and I knew that the people that are involved in law enforcement currently hold themselves to a higher standard. I still believe that given the circumstances and situations today, and I wanted to be a part of that.
After the ceremony, the graduates went straight to work for their respective agencies. Well, 2016 ended on a positive note for the Marshals Department. The department held its second annual award ceremony where deputies and civil staff members were recognized for going above and beyond for the department all throughout the year.
In the last couple of years, we decided it would be a good idea to recognize the employees of the department with specific awards, and as an idea, we came up with the different categories for shooting, physical fitness, and then in this case, we decided to institute the Deputy of the Year Award to recognize one specific deputy for good work throughout the year.
It was also an opportunity to recognize Ronald Burgess as the new Fulton County Marshals Department's major, and the retirement of Major Kenneth Morton after 23 years of service with the county. He was unable to attend the ceremony due to an illness in his family, but that didn't stop his colleagues from speaking very highly of him.
Major Morton, happy retirement. We're going to really miss you in the Fulton County Marshals Department. It's been real, but you know what? Have real fun on your retirement.
We have came a long way from deputies serving papers to being part of the administration and leading organization that we've both grown our careers with.
The Marshals Department also recognized Carmen Smith, who retired after 20 years of service as Solicitor General. And still to come on Fulton Today, we'll tell you who these people are and why they're being thanked for their service. Details in our district by district coverage next. Members of various county boards are thanked for their service, and residents see the numbers for the 2017 budget. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves as he expresses his gratitude to a number of people for volunteering on behalf of the county. The at-large commissioner gathered members from various Fulton boards and task groups for a thank you reception at the Government Center atrium.
Fulton County is a wonderful county government. We also represent wonderful citizens, 1.1 million strong. But what really makes us special is this group of volunteers who help out in large and small ways on boards and committees and commissions. They volunteer their times, their efforts, and their energies, and they help to make our county government even better.
Members of the Interfaith Coalition, as well as members of the HIV and AIDS Task Force, were some of the representatives who attended. There are over 40 task force and Fulton County boards that offer recommendations on policy and practice to the Fulton County Board of Commissioners. District 5 Commissioner gave some East Point residents a chance to see the 2017 proposed budget. County finance team members reviewed the financial plan with the citizens at the East Point Library and then took some questions. Though the county has laid out its priorities, they want to make sure they are in line with the community's wishes.
It's important that we hear from the residents of Fulton County, because without hearing from the residents of Fulton County, we don't know what the priorities of the residents are.
Commissioner Arrington hosts district dialogue community meetings several times a year. He used this one as a budget hearing. To see the 2017 lineup of his town hall style forums, you can visit the District 5 website. And finally, in District 6, the Fulton County Parks and Recreations Department unveils newly refurbished tennis courts in South Fulton. All 4 courts at Creel Park have been rebuilt to include new nets and even new fencing. The upgrades were shown off following an official ribbon cutting with county leaders and community members.
These courts were actually rebuilt. They went all the way down to the foundation of the courts, built them all the way back up with completely new material. And so we expect that these courts are going to be viable and wonderful to use for the community for years to come.
I've been coming out here since 1996 when the courts first opened, and when they started going bad, we had requested to get The courts resurfaced, a couple of times, and finally, when they got in touch with Emma, she got on it and they got it done.
I want to say thank you to everybody who made this day possible. This is just the first step. More is to come because together we can get it done.
The ribbon cutting was followed by a holiday extravaganza complete with train rides and holiday treats. And still to come on Fulton Today, find out why the fire chief is lighting a fire under his staff to get fit together in 2017. County leaders continue their commitment to end HIV in the county by taking steps to focus even more on prevention this year. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn explains.
This is still a daunting disease. It is a pandemic. We still have a lot of work to do.
But county commissioners and health leaders continue to tackle the problem, discussing new initiatives with community partners to help end HIV in Fulton.
We've made a commitment already to place one full-time staff person in the jail to coordinate STD, HIV, and TB.
The gathering at Assembly Hall and Government Center downtown was also a chance to thank the HIV/AIDS Task Force and other organizations for their support, hard work, and recommendations over the last couple of years.
Practitioners, medical experts, community activists, interested citizens have come together and have come up with great recommendations in terms of policy, programs and services, funding initiatives to address this illness in our community that really needs to be dealt with.
County leaders say they will continue to focus on HIV treatment and prevention. The health department is coming off of a record-setting year of HIV testing, with more than 57,000 tested and more than 2 million condoms distributed to high-risk individuals. BOC Chairman Eves says private funding could also be coming to and going toward additional PrEP clinics, which provide daily medication to keep at-risk persons from contracting HIV. That announcement is expected later this year. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Well, time is running out to sign up for the Affordable Care Act at Fulton County facilities. The last day to enroll in a health plan for coverage in 2017 is January 31st. Health insurance navigators with Insure Georgia are available to help you find the plan and see if you qualify for a tax credit. Navigators are set up at 5 Fulton County facilities, including this location at the College Park Regional Health Center. Now, those who don't get health insurance coverage could face several consequences.
The one that most people think about is the tax penalty. That means if you don't have health insurance and you're found eligible for Medicaid, Peach Care for Kids, or tax credits, and you can afford it, you'll be assessed a penalty when you file your taxes. Now, that can be $695 per adult, or $347 per child, or 2.5% of your income, whichever is higher.
Navigators will be set up at various days throughout the month at College Park and Adamsville Regional Health Centers, North Fulton Service Center, Center for Health and Rehabilitation, and the Neighborhood Union Health Center. Call 1-866-988-8246 or go to insurega.org to set up an appointment. Fulton's first responders are trying to start off the new year just a bit healthier. This month, the fire department is starting the Fit for Duty initiative. Chief Larry Few says firefighters' jobs are strenuous and require physical fitness, so the chief is encouraging the firefighters to spend a half hour to 1 hour of their day doing physical activity and to be more aware of their health.
We want them to eat well while they're at the station and at home, and we just want them to go to the doctors, get a physical so that they understand where they are physically and mentally, and be able to come back and deliver the service and be healthy about doing it.
The fire chief says every day he is notified about a firefighter in the U.S. that has died of a stroke or heart attack, and he doesn't want that to happen to his crew. So firefighters have also worked with Cooperative Extension Office to incorporate more vegetables in their diets by planting container gardens at Fire Station 11. And still to come, A new preschool online academy? We'll tell you how it works when Fulton Today returns. Well, it's 2017 and you need a new calendar, right? Well, the winners have been announced in the annual Water Art Calendar contest that encourages water conservation. About 140 children from 32 Fulton County schools submitted their pictures to the 2017 Public Works Water Calendar contest. The winners from elementary school to high school were then presented with a special breakfast at the Government Center downtown and given 5 copies of the calendar each. The winning drawings portrayed the need for water conservation and the importance of keeping pollution out of our rivers, lakes, and streams.
I drew a turtle in a bathtub to symbolize that humans are taking away the water for these creatures. It's not just ours. We can't claim water to be ours. And we need to keep that in mind.
It was really fun because I used my creativity to create an artwork that inspired people to save water.
1 cover winner and 12 calendar month winners were selected. To get a copy of the calendar, you can contact the Public Works Department. And finally, love this story. The library is making it easier for you to give your young child a head start in learning. The new online preschool academy is now available through the library system. Now, this program is geared toward children 3 to 6 years old. The program exposes children to math, science, social studies, art, music, and more. Parents can even track their child's progress and identify trouble spots. Children do not need to know how to read to use the program.
Children enjoy using Miss Humblebee's Preschool Academy because it's very interactive. It gives them a sense of independency because it allows them to work alone, with the parent monitoring them to a degree by way of email when Ms. Humblebee communicate with them to allow them to learn how well the child is excelling. It will help them learn whether or not the child is strong in a particular area and may need a little work in another area.
The online preschool academy is just one of the many databases available through the library system. You can find out more by going to afbls.org. And before we go, we want to remind you that we want to connect with you in 2017 online. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County. Happy New Year again, everyone.